where do you see, I don't know, if you were to work with, myself and other rehab specialist performance coaches, where do you see it even getting more enhanced? Do you feel like there's still another missing piece out there that could dive a little bit deeper?
I just would be more, I wish we could have more time to have somebody assess them more often and just kind of be there as much as possible.
Yeah.
That's you, in a perfect world, you would like to have
their
another, someone that can be there who knows way more about how the body moves than I do. I mean, I was only trained a little bit with my time with the Mariners and diving into and reading into it, but someone as qualified as you or, you guys to be able to like really be in there and help out, would I think can elevate, a program into being on top of that.
Yeah, I think we're in a good place right now. We're
Definitely
starting this process of like get these guys some information and all the tools they could potentially have at the moment to maximize their efforts and getting where they need to go.
No, it definitely helps for sure. The boys do move better, It definitely helps. And even on the pitching side, I know our pitching coach would definitely say some of the things that you guys have found with the pitchers and guys who can't pronate on a change up
pitches.
Exactly.
Oh, wow,
and it's
I didn't know that. Yeah.
There's no external rotation of shoulder, things like that. It's just, if you can do that for one guy, I mean, you're helping out your program a lot.
100%. So, I mean, just from this conversation, I think if anyone's, the young ones are listening or any other coaches are listening, like start either, if you're a performance coach, start like getting in contact with a rehab specialist or even really talking to the skills coach to kind of see what they're seeing with the player and like how can you manipulate your program to meet their need, the player's needs on what their deficits are and obviously there's going to be a general approach, but can you add in some individual specificity from a player standpoint? Start to think about there are people that can help you, maximize your potential, and they may be someone that is not as obvious. So say like a physical therapist. You don't have to see us because you're injured. You can see us because we have a very expertise outlook or expertise viewpoint of the body and how it moves. And then we can, if for the right person, can talk to the sport coach and let them know like, hey, this person is going to struggle to get into these positions. Or go to the performance coach and say, hey, we need to modify these lifts in these ways because it's facilitating such and such. And then if you're the sport coach listening, then I think you need for the other two, get with a team of professionals that can help you maximize or at least develop your players in a more sound way.
Yeah, definitely. I think going back to when I was, getting done playing and going into coaching, I would always think that kid he needs to be a better athlete. I think that's what that term always gets thrown around. He needs to be a better athlete. Or he needs to get in the weight room and get stronger. Like just very general things that coaches say. But then if you can just dive into that a little deeper and say, okay, well, how are we going to make him a better athlete? He's going to have to move better, and what's going to cause him to move better are all these things we're talking about. It's just a simple screen that can see where the deficiencies are. Maybe he doesn't have any. His ankle mobility is bad or something like that. It's just very simple things that can really make him a better athlete pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's huge. Just understanding the whole spectrum.
Yeah, that's a super good point. You do hear that feedback a lot. Like, man, if he was just a little bit more athletic.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
What are you looking for?
Yeah, and it's tough to put your finger on it. I will say, I think that my experience in working with coaches and especially the skill coaches, it's so valuable. A lot of times they have the answer, especially as you dive deeper with them, as they're working on a skill development or they're working on a technique. They might say, I really want the athlete to get into this position, or I want them to get this rotation, but they can't quite get their arm in that position, or they can't get their trunk in that position. And it really creates a ton of fun for me as a performance coach and a rehab guy, where I can work with that skills coach and be like, all right, what is it that you want your athlete to do, or what are you seeing? And then take that information and combine it with our own evaluation, our own screen, and be like, all right, I can see where this deficit might be sitting. And it's just such a fun process to go through, because you learn a tremendous amount. And then the athlete is just hopefully a huge beneficiary of like, all right, if our goal is to throw the ball at X velocity, or if it's to have X back speed, or if it's to get on base such percentage of time, let's go find that limiting factor and talk about what that is and how we can address it. And then when we start to do it, and then you just start to see those numbers change.